is that not updated? Makes me sad. It makes me incredibly sad. Why? It still didn't update. Heck. The name updates, but not the picture. I don't understand why.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it freaking matters. What kind of question is that? Doesn't matter.
There.
Well, I need to erase this one first. But it won't let me.
Can you switch it to 2 and make the...
No, I tried that. Oh, there, now it works. Okay. So that's always, there we go. But they're always, this one always has to be there for some reason. Don't know why, but apparently it does. That's fine. Whatever. Someone shared my post. Could it have been me? Someone's watching. Hello, person. I need to add a window capture. Is that what it is?
Yes. Because you need to do... thought about it.
Whee! So that's what we're looking at this week. Not much change from last week as far as the what's up there goes.
Is this us?
Probably. Let's see. So that's the same one from last week. This one has been up there for ages and ages. It's not actually paintball. It's a paintball video game that someone's been trying to sell for $10 for. I think it's been years, honestly.
You have one you wanted to talk about?
Well, this one is new.
Is that the one you wanted to talk about?
I don't know.
There is one that you... I think it was the Titan. But there is one that you laughed while we were in bed that you wanted to share. Do you remember what that was?
I have no idea. You got to keep track of these things.
Okay.
So this person's trying to sell a Titan for $150. It does come with a gravity-fed hopper and elbow, a 16-ounce, I'm assuming CO2 tank. It does have a remote line, so maybe that is an air tank if it's got a remote line. 2 crappy pods and a crappy pod pack. And it comes with a toe. 2 toes. So this...
Why do you gotta make fun of the poor pod packs? Like, unless you're getting dyes that you think are shitty anyway, because they make you lose all your paint. Who cares if it's a crappy pot as long as it stays snapped in and you don't lose any paint?
Because those aren't going to stay snapped. That's why.
Are you sure about that? Your dyes didn't stay locked.
The lock lids? Yeah, regular ones work better than the lock lids. That's absolutely true. But these ones, these are... Three Rivers has some of these. And even they don't use them. This one, that lid isn't even. See how this lid's attached?
Yeah.
This lid's not even attached. That's a removable lid, which means you will lose that the first day you
You
use
actually get 3 toes.
Ah, 2.5 toes. You get 2.5 toes with that. So I'm not sure exactly what this gun is. Other than
I don't like that line.
it's got this very long
I don't like
mesh line. It's obviously a bolt-loaded gun. It's got the tilted elbow on there, so that's old school right there. That's or feed neck. That's why it's got the elbow, because the way they used to do it for whatever reason was this would be tilted sideways, and then you'd have a feed neck that would tilt it straight back up for the hopper. So when they went over to just straight down feed necks, it makes so much more sense. I don't know why they ever did it this way. It's asking for extra parts, honestly, because then you need an elbow in there too, which they would break a lot. He does say it's very excellent shooting and a very accurate gun. No nicks, dent, or marks on gun. It mentions that his expansion chamber would keep it from freezing up, so it's got to be a CO2 gun. But that tank, I don't know if that tank is CO2 or not. He calls it a tube carrier. This guy's not a paintballer, which is why he doesn't know what it's worth. But that thing, honestly, I don't know too much about it, but I'm thinking like $20 maybe, at most, honestly, for that thing. So this guy, this might be what I was laughing at. Okay, so there's no picture included in this. No picture at all, unfortunately. But
can you really trust a picture?
He has 2 paintball guns for sale: a Spider EM1 electronic trigger, brand new, black, and a Spider TL, used, good condition. All have long sniper barrels and hoppers and accessories. Must see kept them in very nice condition. Must see willing to negotiate if the price is right. Must sell. So he's saying you must see them, and yet he's not willing to put a picture up there.
First of all, learn how to use punctuation.
Yeah, that would be helpful, but whatever. So, like, but if they're must see, why don't you post a picture? But also, a Spider EM1, I don't care if it's electronic, and a Spider TL, long sniper barrels. You're looking at like
worth 150 together.
Yeah, they're worth. Well, the Spider EM1 is probably worth $10, maybe $15. Depends on how old it is. The Spider TL is about $5, maybe $10.
Well, that EM1 is brand new.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just stating that it says brand new.
And then the sniper barrels, they're probably real cheap, 20-inch barrels you can get. I'm sure that's what he means by it. And they're worth like $5 each. So I mean, you're looking at maybe $50 worth of stuff here that this guy's trying to sell for $300. So guys, do some research before you start selling this stuff on Craigslist. This one's a pretty good deal. This one's not a bad deal at all. Oh no, I lied. So he has $30 listed at the top as a description, but then he has more description down here. So still not awful by any means. Still not awful, but not great either.
What is 30 then?
Yeah, there's nothing.
The vest is 30.
So the vest is 30.
You can get that for $10.
Yeah, that's probably worth more like 10. You might make an argument for 20. Probably not though. I don't know what the warp feed is.
That's it. It's a universal mount kit.
I'm not sure what that is.
Can you get a new 98 custom for $60?
No, I don't believe you can. It's not much more than that though. I don't know. But the Kronos brand new is what, 110? So 70 is not bad for that. 70 is not bad for that. 98, let's see. A5 120, that's a bit much. He has customized it, which could potentially make it worth more. But I still wouldn't pay 120 for it. So yeah, I mean that one's not awful. It's It's not awful by any means, but I mean this piece right here, I think that's the PMI. But that one there is real old school, and that actually might be worth something. And so if that's the PMI, 120 would not be unusual for that one. And then we're back down to stuff that we've already seen. This guy's got a first aid shoulder bag for sale under the description of paintball, which is, weird. Okay.
You could put your paintball materials in there.
I guess so. Oh, this is the same guy as that other one, but apparently he's selling more than just paintball guns. He's also selling
crossbows.
No, that's a bow. That's a compound bow, not a crossbow. But that's the same guy that's over here. Where is that one? Right, this one for $100 he wants for those 3 crappy paintball guns. So he's only asking $100 more for that compound bow as well. This looks like some good LARPing World War II materials. So anyone that wants to LARP for the Airborne, that's a good one right there. And then all this stuff we've already gone through. Oh, this one looks different. Let's see. Yeah, so this is some crap stuff here that he's asking $150 for. Probably worth like $20, maybe $30 here, because you've got a spider there. You've got a Black Max, 3 separate 20-ounce, 12-ounce, and 9-ounce CO2 tanks, so they're worthless. Hopper and a Masto with them. That mask, no good. I wouldn't trust that thing. He says, I do believe the tanks would need to be pressure tested to get filled, but they will pass no problem. So he acknowledges that they need tested. The problem with that is that it legitimately costs more to test them than it is to buy a new one. It legitimately is. But you can tell these guns are old school as well. They have the elbow on there. And then look at that opening, the door to the hopper there. That's small as crap. That's weird. And so hoppers, they're worth like $2, honestly. And that one's not even worth that because of that crazy
gravity fed hoppers.
Yeah, gravity fed hoppers. Sorry.
Because we have proven that hoppers alone are not worth $2. The hoppers we use are not even close to $2.
Okay. So we're still waiting around. No one's here yet. Still nobody here.
Where's Minion?
I don't know, man. Oh, here's a fun one. $45 for... Is this a Spider Genesis? Or is it just Genesis? It looks like a spider.
Genesis. It's just Genesis.
Just Genesis. I don't know that brand. Looks a lot like a spider.
Just one? Yes.
Yeah, that's just one. He's asking $45 for it. Used sparingly over the years. VL barrel plug, threaded tool, owner's manual, new O-rings. Yeah, this thing, again, I don't know Genesis, so I can't speak for this 100%, but it looks like it's just a spider type. So this thing's probably worth $5-10. He's asking $45. So that's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's certainly
nostalgia.
Certainly too much.
Vintage.
Oh, this is the one. This is the one that was making me laugh. Okay, everybody. This is the one that made me laugh out loud. Legitimately laugh out loud in bed. So this mask right here, wouldn't trust it. You couldn't pay me enough to wear that on the field. A white hopper, which is just dumb. That's asking to be shot.
That looks like a nice pod holder. Pod pack.
Spider Vector Semi. That thing's worth $5. The pod pack is not bad. It's not great by any means, but it's not bad. I mean, I could give you $10 for that maybe. The pods look decent enough. They're $2 each. Then you've got a CO2 tank that's worthless. But then this is the part. So this is where people think that they're charging all this money for. It comes with 2,000 paintballs. Well, you've got 2 bags and then all these pods full of paint.
That's not 2,000 paintballs.
Well, that's 1,000 right there. And then this is probably 2,
okay,
4, 6, 8. Yeah, that's 2,000 paintballs.
Regardless, stop selling your paintballs on Craigslist. We cannot use them.
You can't.
Nobody
use them.
wants them. They are crappy.
They're no good.
Stop selling
This thing,
them.
I mean, this thing was originally posted 2 months ago. In that time alone, those paintballs have gone bad. Not completely, but bad enough that I'm not going to pay full price for them.
Regardless of how you vacuum seal them.
So this thing, I mean, you're looking at $20, not $120. You're $100 off here, pal. $100 off.
Stop selling your paintballs.
Just don't do it. Just don't sell paint. You can't do it. Someone's selling an original axe on here. So that's the original axe, and they're selling
You
for
can get a new axe
200.
though. You can get an axe 2, axe 2.0. I don't know what they're called.
for 400 something.
No.
Yeah. Loki, what are you doing, babe? You want to bet?
No, I don't want to bet. Stop trying to get me to bet. You lost the bet we made on
No, I
Sunday. Yes, you
didn't.
did.
I did nothing of the sort.
You did.
So this one's $50 for, again, 2 masks you could never pay me enough to wear. CO2 tanks that are useless. And then these 3 guns. Well, let's see.
That one is that
This
tape
looks like-
or is that? No,
These
that's-
all look like 50 cals.
I think that one is a 50 cal. I don't know.
This
about
one's
those
definitely a
ones. That's
50 cal. I'm 100% sure of that. I don't know
I
about
thought
these
that
2.
red part was tape originally.
No, it's not tape. That's the
That
color of the
mask
gun.
just looks like if you got hit in it, you'd be eating paintballs. That doesn't even look.
But these 2, I have no idea what these are, other than they're pumped, definitely. But
They look like they're about to fall apart.
yeah, definitely not worth $50. Hadley. I don't know what it is worth. 5 maybe. Although this 50 cal doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look great by any means.
What
but,
are you gonna do with a 50 cal?
shoot children. Join some children's groups when they come in to play. This one's pretty funny too. I think we'll save that one for next week though. So let's move on to what we wanted to talk about today. What do we want to talk about today?
You have a present to open.
I have a present to open. Oh, I'm so excited about the present. Okay, so you need to go away. Bloop. Yes. And then you need to move over there and become bigger. Transition. Whee! Look at that fun animation right there. So, everybody, I have a present. Not that anyone's here, so I don't know what I mean by everybody. And I'm going to message the group and be like, where everybody at? Or probably all out trick-or-treating.
I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself.
About what?
Nothing. I'm giving myself a time maybe.
Okay. So, look what I got. It's a package. It's from DHL. This is the first package I've ever gotten delivered by DHL. I didn't actually know it still existed in the United States, honestly. I've never gotten anything delivered by them before, so that's fun.
They came in yellow. They wear yellow.
They do wear yellow. I remember that back in the day when they first came around in the U.S., there was this commercial of there was a guy in a white outfit and a guy in a brown outfit who obviously you know who they are, but they don't explicitly say it. And they're racing the whole way there. And they're racing and they're racing. D&D? They're racing all the way there, and then They both get to the door at the same time. And there's already this guy in DHL outfit there.
Well, tell him, Mr. D&D, to put it on while you're playing.
Seriously.
Why should we let these people be on our team?
Well, why don't you tell him? Why do I gotta do all the work? But yeah, that was a long time ago, and I didn't think that DHL still existed in the States. But sure enough, it does, obviously. Or they brought that over from Europe just for me, just for tonight. So, what could it be? What could it be? Well, everybody knows that. It's obviously a description of the video, but there you have it.
I'm gonna start kicking people off our team.
And so we have the VMech M1 force-fed mechanical hopper.
Loki, do you want a box?
Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, you do.
So this is kind of a novelty item, I think. I don't know if I'm actually going to use it regularly by any means. Let me not open that yet. I think it's more of a novelty, kind of something you can say, well, you know, I have one of those kind of thing. Just like for fun's sake. But so what it's supposed to do...
You're supposed to twist it.
Yeah, you're supposed to twist this doohickey here. And so it force feeds just like a die rotor or a spire or anything like that. It force feeds just like that, but it has no batteries in it. Green energy spring power without any batteries needed. Fully mechanical structure, no DC motor and electronic devices required. Anti-free spin technology prevents spring doing free spins and keeps screw feed system in constant speed. Energy status indicator shows the status of user's energy synchronously. That's a hard word to read. Screw force feed system. Support faster feed and avoid disturbed during the mid-game jamming. So what that means is, I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's got a corkscrew feed as opposed to a die or a spider that have kind of the wheel that spins. This has got a corkscrew. I'm getting there. Calm yourself down. So specs, efficiency, a single full wind of power. Spring feeds a 90 to 100 paintballs. Feed rate is 100 plus balls per second. That's saying something right there, actually. Capacity is 180 paintballs, and weight is 1 pound. Actually, it's 1.0 pounds, according to the instructions there. I do agree with one of the criticisms people have had about it so far is the wind only feeds at max 100 paintballs, but it fits 180. I don't know why they wouldn't just make the whole thing a little smaller to fit 100 in there. Keep the profile down, or make the spring feed 180. Now that could easily be because it would make the spring too big. I'm fully behind that. If it's going to make the spring too big, then yeah, you want to keep it smaller. So make the whole thing smaller, make the profile smaller. So it does come with this tray. So they made changes shortly after releasing it originally, and this tray comes with it now. You can have that back now. And what that does is it actually goes right about there inside to squeeze it down to only 100 paintballs fitting inside there, which is interesting. So that way, you know, there's as many paintballs fitting in there as actually go. So as you can see in the picture on the box, they have that crank. And another thing that they did fix very quickly, along with the putting that thing in there, is that the spin for the spring. People complained that it was too difficult to spin it, you know, while they're playing. So they changed it.
The box. You can't have this.
They changed it to this wheel here with a little handle on it. So instead of going like this, like you would with what would you do that with? Music box or something like that. They now have this winder here, so that's fun. So what you do, obviously it's got the lid. This is a little small for me. I'm not sure I like the size of this opening here.
Loki is very excited.
Hey, Loke. Hi.
He's very
Hi,
happy
baby.
about what's going on.
Do you want to see it? Do you like it? Do you like
It's
it, babe?
Loki approved.
It's Loki approved. Loki likes it. Down, baby. Down, baby.
Look how cute my pumpkin is. My pumpkin.
So,
My pumpkin.
this is the indicator that shows you
Play with this bag.
how wound it is. You know, so generally how many shots you have left right there. And then there's this little white bar right there, and that shows you where along that path you are. So you give it a wind, and you can see that that white bar has moved. So the more you spin, the more it moves, and then once you let it go, because there's no paintballs in there right now, it spins. And as it spins, you probably won't be able to see this. Let me see if I can get it on the camera there. Oh, it's awfully dark. I doubt it.
Loki
But
does not
essentially,
like what's
that in there spins, and that's what feeds the paint, which is pretty good. Now, I've seen some reviews of this online with people actually shooting it, and it keeps up. Like, I don't know if the 11 plus ball thing is accurate, but as far as them shooting it, it seemed to work just fine. Now, the thing about that is the videos I've seen have all been people shooting mechanical guns with it. I haven't seen a video of someone shooting an electronic gun with this hopper, which I don't know why you'd ever do that anyway. Like, if you're playing speedball, this would not be your hopper, because you'd shoot 100 balls and then you have to crank it. Could you imagine doing that on a speedball field while you're playing a competitive game, or even just a fun game? Just for fun on the speedball course, could you imagine having to wind this every 100 shots? That'd be pretty funny.
It also
But
specifically says on this box, mechanical paintball.
yeah, because it's a mechanical paintball force
Yeah, that's what I'm
loader.
saying.
Because it's mechanical.
Would you use this for pump?
No, because it's mechanical, love. That's what it's saying. Because it's not battery. It's not electronic.
Oh.
That's what it's saying. It's not saying it's meant for mechanical
This
guns.
is an upgraded version.
It is. Yes, we have already discussed that.
Loki is very excited about this box. He wants to bite it. It's a very easy pop.
Man, you guys finally got here. You missed all the good stuff. No, you haven't really missed anything yet, but yeah. So this is the whole reason that we're.
I yelled at Lucas.
This is what we're doing on the video.
I know his name's not Lucas, but I like
It's
to call
not.
him
It's just
Lucas.
It's just Luke.
But Lucas, when he's being an idiot, I like to refer to him as Lucas because that's
So there
more
is a
proper.
warning here that says, "Do not wind beyond 100% indicate. Damage may result to internal parts," which
Oh, brr, brr.
that kind of makes sense. Like, I don't know why that needs said, but apparently it does.
It has to warn, because then if you break it because you overwound it, you could sue.
Now, when you
Especially
put
if it caused damage.
when you put paintballs in there, and then you have to wind it after you put the paint in there, because as you've seen, if you wind it, it's just gonna spin. So you put the paint in there, and then once it's on the gun, that holds the paintballs obviously in place, or you put a finger there, I guess. And then you wind it, and the paintballs can't move, so that holds this thing still and it won't wind. And then once you fire one, it drops down, just like any other force feed loader works, that pushes the next one down. The only difference is that this one doesn't have eyes. You know, it's mechanical, so there's no eyes involved in it. So I plan on using this weekend, just for the heck of it, just to try it out and see how it goes. And if I like it, I'll probably end up using it for, regular, just fun play, going out and having a good time in the woods. I'm not going to be using it for anything serious, for sure. Like, depending on the scenario, maybe I'll even use it for a scenario game, but I wouldn't use it for any competitive play. You're not going to see me playing a tournament with this, most likely. That just seems like I'm asking for trouble there.
Bring it out during street ball. See what happens.
We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping to play on Sunday, as you guys know, so we'll see how it goes then. But it's not really much bigger than most. Grab the Revolution. That's right there. I don't notice this being much bigger. The back is obviously a little bigger because the spring is back here. And the bottom,
Oh, I'm dropping things.
this part right here is a little bigger.
That's
But so like
the actual hopper part's bigger, but I wouldn't say.
so this is a Revolution,
Hey, no.
which is just an agitator.
No. Good boy.
It doesn't seem any wider to me. It doesn't seem. It actually seems a little bit shorter than the Revolution does.
It's also.
But like this is the type of hopper that typically with a mechanical gun, this is all you really need. If anyone doesn't know the way an agitator works, and again, I'm sure you can't see in there, but essentially there's a wheel in there that spins, and it's not supposed to. Once you put paint in it, once you put paint in there, it doesn't consistently spin. It just to agitate it, much like shaking a gravity-fed hopper would do. So this is what's been the standard for mechanical for a long, long time. And it works just fine. Nothing bad about it by any means. For mechanical shots, it works just fine. I'm liking the thought of this one, though, in that this one actually force feeds the paintballs. This one agitates them so that hopefully they don't get stuck and they'll fall down consistently. Just like it's a gravity-fed hopper with a wheel in there that spins. This one is actually pushing the paint down the feed neck, much like. Well, I'm glad I don't need that box anymore because it's gone.
I specifically gave it to him because I knew you didn't get it.
This one actually force feeds the paint just like a rotor, or yes, because it got two batteries. It's got two 9-volt batteries in it.
This is a small one, though. I wouldn't say
Yeah, I guess
much
it's not.
different.
It's not much different. It just. I
You're
don't know
just
why.
used to the big.
I guess just the ones we usually use look bigger. I don't know. But in any case, so I'm pretty excited about using it. I think it's more of a novelty. Unless, like I said, if it ends up working better than the Revolution does, they're about the same price. This was $40. I bought this. $40. This thing, I think, was $30? $35?
Did you buy this?
Yeah.
When?
Back when we bought the Enemy. That, Enemy, and the tank. Okay, we bought them all.
When he shall not be named, but it's
So this also winds the other way, which is weird. Cool. So this may end up working better than this does for mechanical play. Specifically for mechanical, I doubt this would ever be consistently good for the speedball. But you take 100 shots and then you have to wind it again. Is a small price to pay if you're playing just rec ball or even possibly scenario play for the exchange of not having to worry about batteries ever again. You never have to worry about batteries with this thing. So, like I said, this one right here, this agitator takes two 9-volt batteries. Not only can that be expensive after a while, but also that's heavy. Like she said, she was like, "This is heavy." It is. It's heavy.
It's heavy.
This thing is much lighter than that thing was. Not much lighter. It is lighter. I wouldn't call it much lighter. It is lighter, but not significantly lighter.
Both back heavy.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. It's a little bit lighter. I know that this one says on the box 1 pound. I don't know what this one is, but it's not significantly lighter, but it is lighter. But like I said, it's just the idea that this one actually force feeds as opposed to just agitating for the same price. So that seems pretty cool to me. So I'm excited about it. I look forward to using it, seeing how it goes. Apparently we now have 6 people watching.
Excellent. I think that's the most we've ever had.
It's not. But it's up there.
I
So
think it ties for the most.
say hello, whoever you 6 people are. Say hello so I know who you are.
Luke.
Man, I'm blowing up here. Jeez. We are all the pops.
Yeah, we're real pops. It's your sister and your stepmother. We're so pops.
Yes, Clark, I know you're here, and I know Minion's here. Who are the other 4 people? That's my question.
I think we're one of them.
We may be one of them. So who are the other 3 then? And say hello, 3 people or 4 people.
I told Mara to watch, so maybe she's on.
So what do you guys think? After being a kid for a night, well, there's no problem with that.
You are a kid.
You are a kid, first of all. I trick or treated until I was like 20, so.
Yeah, me too. I think I went 1 year as myself.
Happy Halloween, by the way, guys. Happy Halloween. It's a pretty good night. It was a little rainy, but not too bad. But the warmth was good, so that was nice for the trick or treaters. But yeah, I mean, so luckily we don't start till 8 usually anyway. So trick or treating officially was over at 8 o'clock, at least here in Hampton. So I don't know what it was everywhere else, but it's usually 6 to 8 most places. I think there's a few places that are like maybe 7 to 9, but that's pretty unusual. Well, we're down to 5. We lost one. So what do you guys think about the M1 mechanical force fed? Are you excited to see how it works, or do you think it's going to be poop? I hate this whole delay thing. I hate it. I hate it. Ooh. Ooh, that's large. Now we're down to 4. People left. I asked people to say hello and they left.
You got nervous.
I guess so.
Or they thought we were about something else.
Maybe, I don't know. You walked around as a paintballer, that doesn't count for anything. What?
It counts for people who don't know. I mean, people go as football players and basketball players. What's the difference? And hockey players.
Well,
what is the difference?
I don't know, whatever. I guess you're right.
It was a cheap costume. I give you props.
Everybody, you got to see a little flash there of something I was about to put up, and then apparently I put it up. So, you got to see a little flash of what I was about to show everybody. So that was our next topic. Secret reveal. Now, Minion, this is obviously not new for you, but for everybody else, this is new and exciting.
I guess you get perks for being your minion.
You do. You get perks. Actually, it's not perks for being my minion so much as it is perks for actually showing up to things. Oh, snap. Shots fired. Brr, brr, brr. Right?
Yes, love.
Yes. I did not intend to show it yet, but I'm going to. Wore your jersey, Dan, so I don't want to hear it. You wore my jersey. You mean
Just
your
leave him
jersey for
alone.
our team?
Hey, Papa Room, what are you doing? What are you doing, Papa Room?
So I'm going to go ahead and transition it now so you guys can actually see.
You should have given him business cards and then you could have handed them out as a paintballer.
Should have. I should have.
Free publicity.
Loki, stop doing what you're doing. So there we have it. A big reveal to the 3 people we have on here, one of which isn't even speaking. So I don't know who it is.
It could be Xavier. He may just not have anything to say.
Loki, you gotta stop, babe. Get down. Get down.
Do you want to go back in your crate? Sweetie, you're not a lapdog. You're a big horse. We all love you, and we appreciate your big horseness, but you are a big horse.
It's true. It's true, you are. You're a big
and
horse
not
dog.
The size of Ninja
You're a big horse dog.
and a lapdog. We don't like lapdogs.
We don't?
Well, I mean, we do, but we don't like yippy dogs, I guess.
We don't like yippy dogs, that's true.
Sweetie, you are a big kahuna.
So, Clark, this is... Well, you wouldn't know again. This is the first reveal. So we were talking to our dog there for a second. I got distracted. Dunedain presents the 2019 8-Bit Classics. So this is our first scenario that we're going to produce. It will be at P3. As you can see, the symbol is right there in the 2019. Hopefully, it will be the first of once a year or more. I guess if they go really well, but I doubt that. I'm thinking probably once a year. Um,
Well,
yeah.
it also
So
depends on when we release it. Right now, we have a later date in the summer for this one, but that doesn't mean that we couldn't do it early on.
like I said, we'll see. I mean, we'll see. We'll probably do once a year on this one. Maybe we'll do other scenarios too. I know Eric's writing one or two. Um, but yeah, so this is Dune 9 Presents the 8-Bit Classics 2019. This particular one, as you can see in the picture, Mario. So that's exciting. I'm excited about it. A-Dog's very excited about it. We've been working on it for a good long while now. I think I first hinted it like 2 months ago.
Many
And
drafts, many pictures.
We've gone through drafts of the pictures. This is the final. I think this is the good version of the the pamphlet or whatever you want to call it. And you guys will see this released shortly once we officially pick a date. We have about 3 dates right now that we're trying to choose between. The one we think we're going to go with, and then 2 other backups. So once we decide on that for sure, unless something drastic happens, we always can change if we need to. This will be released on, the medias of the socialness. But everyone that watches my YouTube channel gets to see it first. Congratulations. Are you excited?
I'm excited. I'm very excited about this. I like what we did, and we worked hard, and lots of work still to come, but I like the way that we're having it set up for future 8-bit scenarios, and I'm excited about being an NPC.
Yeah, so A-Dog gets to be a non-playable character because she's going to be running it. But at one point, she gets to be a non-playable character.
Well, can we announce my non-playable character? I mean, we already know what it is.
And that's up to you, lover. Eric wants to be a toadstool.
No, we do. We do have to. He can be a toadstool. He could be the toadstool.
You are a toadstool. But yeah, so we've got a lot of fun things for this scenario. We took elements of all the different all the other scenarios we've played and kind of put them together. So we've got mission master type things. We've got 68 caliber type things. We've got skirmish type things, like different aspects that we've liked about different scenarios we've played. And we kind of meshed them all together into our own thing, and added a few others that I personally have never seen. I'm sure that there are other games out there that have had non-playable characters. I have very little doubt about that, but I personally have never seen one.
We've never played on as NPCs.
Yeah, because even like I've seen videos of players or characters in there that are like juggernauts or a superhero or whatever else, but they're still a playable character. Like someone is that character and they're engageable. You can shoot them. They can change teams. They can do this, that, and the other thing. Non-playable characters are legitimately in our scenario just like they are in a game. The most you can do with them is ask them a question. Like that's really it. They'll give you information, but it's not a person. It's a ref, and they don't really have they don't have an agenda. They're not trying to do something. They're just there as part of the game, and the players are the ones who influence everything, including the NPCs. So, like A-Dog's NPC, did you decide if you want to reveal it or not?
I think there's 5 people. We can reveal it.
Okay, so she's going to be Peach.
I'm very excited about being Peach.
So she's going to be Peach.
I really am.
And so I'll just tell you the first mission, or part of the first mission is that Peach gets kidnapped by Bowser's team. So in order to do that, you have to be touching her in some ways. And that could be a hand on the shoulder, you could be holding her hand, you could have a hand on her back, whatever.
You can pick me up like a sack of potatoes and just run.
That's what she wants something to do.
That's really what I want.
But the point is that in some way you need to be touching her, and you have to lead her down. Bowser's team has to lead her down into the dungeon, put her in the dungeon, and have to be touching her the whole way down. So guys, let's be appropriate here and not touch her in nasty ways like I do. Let's not do that on the paper film. Let's keep it clean. Keep it PG, right? Maybe PG-13. I'll allow that. But like, so she doesn't have an agenda. If the person that's leading her gets hit, she's just gonna stop where she is and she'll do her little Peach, Mario save me, maybe, if she feels like it. But she doesn't know where she's going. She's not gonna interact. She only does what they do. And let's say for some reason, instead of going straight for the dungeon, they have to go like all the way around here in a big zigzag. She'll just follow wherever they go. She doesn't know. Even though she doesn't know where they're going, the character doesn't. So it truly is a non-playable character.
I also don't have an agenda. I have also, we're usually the bad guys anyway. A little soft spot for the villains.
Peach is not a villain.
I understand that. I'm talking about me personally. No, I have no agenda. I do want to be picked up like a sack of potatoes, though.
So, those of you who are going to be on Bowser's team, keep that in mind. She wants to be picked up like a sack of potatoes.
I feel like that's much easier. Like, I don't want to be dragged through a paintball field while somebody is running very quickly. So just pick me up, throw me across your shoulder, and just run.
And there you have it. Yeah.
Especially if you're, a good-looking paintballer, and I know who you are. That would be.
What if they're a good-looking paintballer, but you don't know who they are?
That doesn't.
What if you know who they are, but they're not a good paintballer? A good-looking paintballer.
Are they a good paintballer that I know that I wouldn't necessarily get lit up by somebody?
No.
Or if they're a good paintballer and I know them, I'm okay with it.
What if they're a good paintballer and you don't know them? What if you know them, but they're not a good paintballer?
Are they still good looking?
They're not. They're average looking.
Oh, I'll take average looking.
You'll take average looking?
I know.
Minion, you want to be an NPC?
Also, as Dunedain, have you decided, or do you want to decide now if they are allowed to play and represent, or they?
No, that's something we discuss at the meeting.
Okay.
Woo! So all you here members of the Dunedain, remember, I'm trying to get a meet, and there will be a mandatory meeting.
Yes.
I'm just trying to pick a date. So guys, go on to the group, not the page, the group, and see the dates that I've put on there, and see if any of those work for you. If anyone has any discrepancies, make sure you tell me, so I can try to pick a date that works for everybody. If you see one that does work for you, again, tell me so that I know, because I need to know.
The only thing that, and I'm sure you gave them dates, but because one of our players is in college and he is away. Dalton!
But yes, so specifically Colin is away at college, and we want to make sure we get the meeting done while he's in town. So it gives us a narrow window of opportunity to do it before the season actually gets started. He comes back for the summer, but by then the season's already going. And so, guys, keep in mind, like, if you don't attend the meeting, unless there's a really good excuse, if you don't attend the meeting, you're not on the team anymore. Just keep that in mind, guys. It shouldn't be that hard for me to get you there for a meeting.
Also, didn't we decide that it was going to be at our house?
It's going to be here. It's free. We're going to feed you. Probably just some pizza, but we're going to feed you. And then we're going to play some games. So it should be a good time. But we have some business to get done first. And it's not even that hard of business. It's just like, what are we going to do this year kind of thing.
Also, if you need to bring anybody to the meeting, they cannot attend the meeting, but they can be involved in games and other such things.
They can play games with us afterward. Just during the meeting, we find it very distracting to have other people there, so that's not going to happen. But yeah, so anyone have any opinions on the VMAC Hopper here? Or does anyone have any opinions on either the 8-Bit Classics, Mario specifically, or the cute little picture that I made? Anybody at all?
I designed that picture.
It's true.
Up with the idea.
Adog came up with the idea for that picture. She made she drew up this and then I did it on the computer. So
That took me an entire day. I'm very proud.
it's
of that.
actually like it's a pretty simple concept, but I didn't think of it. That's for sure. Like I would never have thought of the concept of the tree coming out of the question mark block. I don't know why, but it just would never have come to me. But
That's why you keep me around.
that's why I keep her around. She's the Supreme Beautification Commander for a reason. Or question about Eric's events. Well, Eric, no one knows about your events or what's in them or anything, so why would anyone have questions about it other than what event? Besides, Eric, when you do your own live stream, then you can talk about your event that you're planning.
You can come here
or you
and
can
we
come
can
here,
live stream together and
yeah,
you can discuss
and you
your
can you
event.
can guest star on a Wednesday night, or if you want, I can send you the link, and you can do a live stream on Dunadine's page. I have no problem with that. You're welcome. All of you are welcome to do that if you want to. Anyone on the team, anyway.
We don't want to take your thunder.
But yeah, feel free to be here on a Wednesday night and co-star if you want.
Yeah, means I don't have to be.
Yes, you do. You always have to be here.
Well, I do live here, so I am always here.
But you always have to be here.
Okay, just like I always have to love you.
Yes, you have to love me forever. Well, then I can't help you with that as far as getting here on Wednesday, but
You could go pick him up.
I'm not going to go pick him up. That's way too far.
I didn't say you were going to. I said that you could.
Okay, well,
Then let him do a live stream on a Wednesday.
he could do a live stream any day. If you want to do it on a Wednesday, though, let me know what week you want to do it. We'll sit back and watch and enjoy as you talk about whatever you want to talk about, and that goes for any of you. If you want to do that, I'm fully with that.
It is
feel free.
Dunadine.
It's Dunadine's
Not
page.
just
It's not
Dan.
my page. It's Dunadine's page. So feel free, any of you. Maybe if I spend the night on the Summer. Well, I don't know who Summer is, but I would think that after maybe after an hour or so, she might want you to go off of her. You probably shouldn't spend the night on her. Loki, what's wrong, babe? What's wrong, babe?
You're not paying attention to me, Daddy. I also may be hungry. Mommy did feed me,
What's better, Steve?
but she didn't put it in the cone like I like it.
Ah,
Did you go outside?
well, probably not, Eric. And that's going back to everything I've told all you guys to begin with, all the underagers. It just seems weird to me for a 16-year-old to be spending the night at a 30-year-old's house. Seems a little weird to me, so like I'd rather not get into that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It could raise questions for people that like I don't want to have to deal with any of that crap. So we're gonna avoid the whole spending the night here. Yeah, let's avoid that. But I guess no one has any. 17. It doesn't matter. It still doesn't. 17 is not really any different. If you were 18 or older, I would consider it. But even that, I don't know. There's too many ifs in this world. Not to call any movements out or anything, and not to get political on it or anything, but like there's just a lot of people would question it, so let's just stick with a no. But yeah, so does anyone have any questions or comments on the M1, the 8-Bit Classics, Mario, or my picture, my pretty picture? Going once. Going twice. Sold to nobody. Actually, no, there's a delay, so I gotta give it some time. What you got there, love? Yummy crackers.
Do you want something?
Sure.
I bought cookies. You want cookies?
I love cookies. How long did the picture take? Oh, finally, we got a question here. Eric is the only one engaging in this conversation. Well, the picture came through a couple iterations. I think this is the third one. All told, I would say it took at least 4 hours to do it. What would you say, love? That's just my time. That's not the time that she took to do it, to draw it and everything.
It took me an entire day to draw that.
So it took a good long while. Loki, why are you such a wrecking ball?
You're definitely working on it 3 different days. So probably like an hour and a half, 2. So maybe 6 hours.
Took a good long while. You are Miley Cyrus in dog form, aren't you? Because you always come in like a wrecking ball. Mm-hmm.
Come here. Sit down. Lay down.
Anything else, guys? Anything at all? Very engaging group tonight.
No.
Super involved with what's going
Clark's
on.
playing D&D. Maybe if we could speak to us.
Clark is playing D&D. Clark, are you still on here?
Because I yelled at him and I told him that he needed to log on and listen to it like a podcast.
I don't think he's on here anymore. I don't know who these mystery guests are.
Sit. Lay down.
Well, in that case, everybody, happy Halloween. Enjoy your candy, don't get sick. And,
If you have any Snickers, bring them to us.
Snickers, Kit Kats, Twix, peanut M&Ms,
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Those are our faves, so bring any of those to us.
I didn't realize the beauty of Snickers until Germany. Why are you looking at me like that? That's what we ate when we were waiting for the train. Because we didn't have dinner. Because we missed that bus. And then we ate a taxi cab.
So this poor woman did not realize how wonderful Snickers were until she went halfway around the world. Anyway, happy Halloween, everybody. Have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all in the future.